Hey guys, it's Jan, Not a Real Farm. Okay, so take a look what we've gotten in the last couple of days. It's yucky, it's cold, and I'm thinking this is here to stay. So gardening season is almost officially over for me, but while we're here, why don't we take a quick peek in the greenhouse. So we are in the minuses today, guys, in terms of temperatures. But you can see in here, some of the plants are not happy. They're starting to die down. But if you take a quick look here, you can see, even with these temperatures in the greenhouse, in November, I'm still getting tomatoes. I'm still getting my ground cherries. The ground cherry bush is loaded. You can see here, my Swiss chard is also still growing. It's nice. It's not kissed with any frost. As a matter of fact, I could cut this right now and we could go ahead and we could eat that. The bean plants, surprisingly, have not shown any signs of stress. And I apologize if it's a little dark in here this morning, but we are expecting snow again. So it's been interesting weather, that's for sure. And in here, I haven't been watering actually now for quite some time. Let's take a look. So we still have beautiful fresh beets. We can pull out of the ground and we can consume those now. You can even consume the beet greens, guys. So if you are interested in sauteing your beet greens with onions or anything like that, they're just as good for you. So essentially, the entire plant of the beet is good. It's just that if you are going to bake it or steam it, you just want to remove the skin. But other than that, this guy's ready to rock and roll. Now, I was doing some experimenting this year. And this plant here is an artichoke. So an artichoke takes a very, very long time to grow. So I started the seed too late. This is grown straight from seed. But it is doing fantastic here in the greenhouse. So next year, when I decide to grow the artichokes, I'm going to be starting the seed a little bit sooner. I received the seed late this year to try. So I'm thinking probably I'll start the seed around February. It needs about 150 days in order to give you that nice full artichoke before it flowers. So you can see here, we've got a beautiful stem. It's not going to be able to make the flower. I'm probably not going to get anything out of it, but it was an experiment. So we'll just start her a little bit earlier next year. All right, so here we've got an elephant ear pepper. So we're going to take that off because the pepper plants are done. I'm just going to pull it off because eventually I just have to pull these out anyway. But here's my little tiny elephant ear pepper. They normally get 3 times the size of this, but with the weather changing, it won't have an opportunity. Let's see what else we've got. Oh yes, we are also going to be removing my poblano peppers. So those of you that like to make salsas, tacos, anything like that, you know that these have a nice little kick to them. So we're going to be taking those off here and saving the seed. But you can see here that the pepper plants are just not happy. They're done. It got too cold in here. And of course the tomato plants too. Let's see. And the poblanos are showing signs of stress because of the weather change. So you can see here, it's starting to split at the top. So we'll take what we can get. I think that's it. I think I only got, oh no, I got another little guy here. Here we go. So we have another one. So we got 3 poblanos in total off of that guy. Hungarian hot wax. So these never let me down. They've got a little bit of a kick. I'm really the only one that eats them. So I am going to scoop some of these. So this is pretty good, guys. So when you have a greenhouse, you know, it's still producing, it's still protecting, it's still doing what it's got to do. Right into our weather here in November. And then we have one mini little orange pepper here. He's not happy. It tried to really See, it tried really to keep up with the weather changes, but it couldn't. It was starting to produce more of them. But like I said in one of my previous videos, I just found this year that the peppers really took a long time to grow. It was a very strange growing season. The eggplant, as we know, eggplant is very, very fussy. It was trying to make an eggplant, you can see down here, but it just didn't make it. Everything is very slow. And once again, trying to push these peppers out. These were jalapenos. Now I could take them just like this, and jalapenos are hot no matter what. Even if they're green, we could take them just like that and eat them. But you can see here, all the plants are done now. I really wanted to leave these up so you could see just how far into this that I could grow food. So pretty much this year, because it's going to depend on year to year, into November, I was still able to grow food. And quite frankly, the pepper plants I'm really surprised at. You can see here I'm still actually getting tiny little peppers here. These are called a puma pepper. That's why they're so tiny. But for the most part, this plant, actually the next few plants over for the peppers look amazing. They were just starting to get a little bit bigger. So all in all, this year, even though some of the things were really slow to grow, it was actually a very successful year for growing. You can see here, I still have to come in here and harvest what's left of the tomatoes. They've actually split because of the temperature change. But still, if you wanted to come in, you could have plenty of tomatoes to harvest. And they're great, they're edible, there's nothing wrong with them. But pretty much all the greenery has died down. So this is pretty good for November. So you can see here, the roses have finally started to sort of die down now. So the leaves are going yellow. So some of these will most likely fall off. But they lasted a very long time in here. And I really expect this time around next year that they will be absolutely grown right up over the trellis. You can see here, right over into the other one. And then, if we go a little further over, the blackberries are still growing. They have no frost damage on them at all. So these ones are trying to ripen. And you can see just how big these blackberries are in my hand. These are some of the biggest blackberries that I've ever grown. They're called a Primark. Usually these types are usually for a zone 5, zone 4 for growing, and I've successfully grown them in a greenhouse in a zone 3, so it is possible to do that. And so a lot of this is roses and blackberries, which seem, in my opinion, to really like growing together, and so I'm going to leave it like that. We've got lots more blackberries that are growing straight up. There will come a time, I think what I'll do is I'll replant a lot of these and move them around, because blackberries can take over your garden. But on a Primark, basically, like I said on another video, I believe that once you've actually fruited on these vines, they will never fruit on these vines again. So you'll cut this vine, and then you'll wait for the new growth that'll take place again next spring. All right, so here are some more of the stars of the garden that I normally don't show you, just because sometimes they're hidden down on the floor here when I water. So this is my sea buckthorn. So it's gotten cold. It's going to drop its leaves. The dirt here is actually quite moist, so it's okay. It looks like it's dying. I thought last year that it was actually dead, but it wasn't. So what it does is it just drops all its leaves, and if you look really closely, if I can get close enough, you can see it's got brand new buds on it already. Very hard to kill. Really easy to grow in a zone 3 if you're interested in growing sea buckthorn. The berries on them are super healthy. As a matter of fact, they have more vitamin C in them than an orange. You might want to check it out. And then the next star in my garden is the goji berries. So this is a black goji berry that I grew from seed. And of course, with the temperature change, the leaves are all dying on it. But what you have to be careful with the black goji berries is the thorns. And you don't see these thorns when the leaves are carried all the way up the branch. So it's really easy to sort of cut yourself when you're looking at taking after a goji berry, when you're looking after it and watering it and trying to baby it a little bit. So I just wanted to show you, look at the size of these thorns. Almost reminds me somewhat of a gooseberry. But nonetheless successful, really easy to grow. Black goji berries, once again, take a look at the health benefits of black goji berries. It's one of the reasons why I grew them. I won't name them all out here, but take a quick peek on the internet and we'll definitely tell you all the different health benefits of black goji berries. And sort of hitting back towards the tomatoes, one of the best kept secrets that's been down here that I've been waiting to try is the melon. So this is a melon it's a sweet melon, and its taste is somewhat similar to a cantaloupe. So if you really like cantaloupe, these little mini melons that aren't really bigger than a softball really can pack a punch in the morning if you've got oatmeal or anything like that. You just want a little bit of fruit. It's really, I just call it a two-person melon. You split it in half and you share it. So this was an experiment to see if these would grow. You can see that it's time to harvest these because the top here is all died off. So this melon is ready to consume and ready to eat. So we'll probably end up cutting this open, saving the seeds and regrowing these if they really taste good. I'm a big fan about growing your own fruit. I really think it's really important considering the prices, and at least you know where your fruit is coming from when you grow it yourself. And that's it for me today, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick update to show you what the greenhouse looks like now that it's November. Some of the plants have shut down, some of them haven't, and some of them I'm still collecting seed from. But as you can see, having a greenhouse definitely does extend your season. It definitely extends your herb season. And if you have peppers and things like what happened to me this year where things have grown late, you're still able to give yourself some time to actually harvest that. If we had been outside gardening, like my raised beds outdoors, we would have been done by now in terms of picking fruits and vegetables. So everything is growing still in here, but it will be shutting down most likely in the next couple of weeks because the temperature has turned and it is definitely cold. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. If you have any questions, please contact us at notarealfarm@yahoo.com. If you'd like to, visit us at our Etsy store at notarealfarm.etsy.com. And see you soon.